What is your American dream?
That my daughters can grow up and do anything they want to do. That's my American dream.
My American dream is an America that's unified and diverse and, you know, filled with understanding and compassion and love.
My American dream is I hope that we can all just live equally and freely without prejudice, without ignorance.
I want to create a business. I want to focus in build my charity, start in America, build a charity.
My American dream is that we can live in a country where we don't necessarily agree on absolutely everything, but we can respect each other and we can work towards making the country better together, because that's what it's all about.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce can affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes. All right, and welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. It's 9:07 a.m. and we're ready, we're pumped and ready to glow. All right, so get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's the Brad and Squeeze Show. It's all about us answering your immigration questions and a whole lot more. Do remember that you can reach us here at 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call to actually get your questions answered right here. Yours truly, David Squeeze Anarchy of the Link Up Media Group. With, of course, the attorney, Brad Bernstein, ready, willing, and able. And don't forget, later on, we're coming up with Anna, our social media queen. She's going to be reading off the questions on Facebook. The page happens to be Brad and Squeeze page. Don't forget to follow that page. Also follow my page at David Squeeze Anarchy. Also Brad H. Bernstein. Once again, the Brad and Squeeze Show. Don't forget the noon edition comes your way. But later on this week on 2-1, guess what? We're moving to 5:30 on the PM in the evenings. And we're going to be doing the show for 2 solid hours. So make sure you keep it locked right here. Definitely on the Facebook page. And also on 93.5. I'll be on it. So make sure you check it out. All right, Brad?
Very good. Excellent.
I know.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. How come you took your jacket off? You had a blazer on. You came in with a tie. You came in with a blazer. You're all dressed for success. And then you come in the studio, you take your tie off, and you throw your jacket on the ground.
I was being sang about.
What was that? What was all that about?
Someone was singing about me. The lambasting started before I got through the door.
I was just making fun and saying, you know.
You notice I make sure I get here.
Right on time.
Right on time?
Yes.
Every single morning?
Right. I noticed that.
I don't want the pre-lambasting.
There's no preparation. I notice you just walk
right in.
What
preparation do I need?
You need preparation.
How about all the media training?
You need preparation.
No.
Everybody needs a little preparation.
No, trust me. I'm not that old to be
right.
using preparation H.
So I just said, you know, with our song, for those, Squeeze is very sensitive, but with our song, you know, the other day I was singing, you know, where's Squeeze, and then I said, you know, basically you can put any lyrics to that song. Here's Squeeze, because he was just walking in, he takes his tie off, throws his jacket, boom, ready to go. Meanwhile, I want you to know, in all seriousness, I read yesterday, I'm not representing the guy, but you know this guy, Ravi Ragbir. He was the activist who was plucked from his home, and he was released from immigration detention yesterday. Immigration's Customs enforcement officials, they did not, Ragbir took immigration to federal court, and a judge ruled that Trump and his henchmen, also known as ICE, it's Trump and his henchmen now, also known as ICE, illegally detained him, even though he had an order of deportation.
They illegally did it.
Illegally. The federal judge said ICE's arrest of Ragbir was technically allowed, but called the immigration regulations a corn maze. They shackled him without notice at a routine check-in, plucked him from his life he created in the United States for over 2 decades. It was unnecessarily cruel, I'm quoting the judge, and thus unconstitutional. So there's a point for the good guys eventually. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I'm glad he's out. We'll see what happens with Ravi. Don't go to Cambodia, Squeeze.
And why shouldn't I go to Cambodia?
There was tourists, they're facing a year in prison for having danced pornographically at a party. I don't know what pornographic dancing is.
Here we go again.
I could own what is that that's actually pornography, Squeeze, I think. I don't even think that's dancing pornographically. They're like on top of each other.
Guess you haven't been to Jamaica.
I have not been to Jamaica. Is that what goes on at Club Fiction?
Have you ever been to Carnival?
Yeah, 5 British nationals, 2 Canadians, 1 Norwegian. By the way, the Norwegians, that's who Trump wants. Well, 1 less because he's in jail now in Cambodia for a year. 1 New Zealander and 1 from the Netherlands. They're facing up to 1 year in prison for dancing pornographically in Cambodia. They did not have Paul
Yes,
Hirsch.
everybody in the Jamaican entertainment industry and the Trinidadian industry, because it's called dirty dancing.
Dirty dancing. Well,
that's what they call it back in the days.
In Cambodia, they call it pornography.
Yeah, they call it whining in Jamaica and also in the Caribbean.
What, whining?
Yeah.
What do you mean whining?
You're just grinding on each other.
Grinding on each other.
Right.
On the opposite side of the world.
But I didn't see any.
You didn't see any nudity per se.
I didn't see any nudity in that picture just now. So.
Can you imagine? I guess half of Jamaica would go to jail on Carnival, right?
That's the reason why we're not, us Jamaicans do not live in Cambodia.
Meanwhile, paradoxically, Squeeze, on the opposite side. Paradoxically, on the opposite side of the world in Paris, they seem to like nudity. They opened up a restaurant called Au Naturel.
Au Naturel.
Au Naturel.
Okay.
It's found on a quiet street, Squeeze. It's not a bustling street. But they only allow you to eat naked. It's naked dining.
Why we always come back to something to do with pornographic?
You like
pornographic stuff or nudity.
Stories.
No, I do not.
You like these stories.
I do not like Trump's story. Right. I do not like pornography.
When you walk in the front door of Au Naturel, Squeeze, if you were to go there in Paris, there it is. Look, people are literally dining naked. You take off your clothes and leave it in a cloakroom along with your phone. But apparently somebody snuck their phone in because there's a picture of people dining. You're supposed to leave your phone at the cloakroom. Does anyone use the word cloakroom anymore? But that's what it was in the article. In the cloakroom. But apparently people are taking pictures.
Yeah, interesting.
And can I tell you something? Yeah. Would you even eat naked at your dining room table? Alone in your apartment or with somebody? Doesn't that sound weird?
I'm still trying to understand why nudity and pornography is
a part of the show.
It's part of the show consistently.
It's not consistently. We had camels.
Consistent.
We had camels the other day. Botox camels.
Back-to-back stories on pornography.
I was just telling you paradoxically.
Paradoxically.
Right? Paradoxically. All right, let's go to immigration. All right.
That's it in the news?
No, there's more, but you don't want to hear
I don't want to hear about pornography.
All right. You want to hear about...
I'd prefer the Trump news over the pornography.
You want to hear about the FBI deputy director left early because Trump kicked him out?
Yeah, there was going to be an investigation with him.
The first DACA recipient... Here's some good news. The first DACA recipient in New Jersey to actually pass the New Jersey bar and become an attorney.
You know what I want to say about DACA?
Yeah. What?
I can tell everybody this, and nobody has to listen to Squeeze.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
All right, but I am going to tell everyone this, and this is my opinion. There's absolutely no way in heaven or hell that Donald Trump will be able to kick out the DACA people.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just saying that. So for those DACA
Democrats
people who are worried,
the Democrats
stop worrying. And this is my opinion. Stop worrying because they're just driving fear into you all. But there's absolutely no effing way they can kick out all the DACA people. It's
But
impossible.
wait.
They're just going to make your life miserable. They can't kick you out. They can't. It's
Well,
impossible.
first of all, they can. And the optimal
They
word...
have the ability to, but they won't, and it will not happen.
The optimal word is all. If they do not pass a DACA extension or give some sort of legal status to DACA, there will be DACA recipients who get kicked out of the country.
But
Mark my word. Mark my word on it, Squeeze, but not all of them.
But here's what I'm saying. My point is that they will.
Nobody
give them something.
thought Donald Trump was going to be president. Nobody thought he was actually even going to win the election. Okay? When you say it won't happen,
not going to happen.
Anything could possibly happen. The more I think about it, I disagree with you. I think that I will tell you what I think. I think they're not going to pass.
It's a matter of opinion, but I'm just telling you.
All right, they have until mid-February to pass this DACA thing before the government shuts down again. Okay, my personal opinion, I think the Democrats are going to dare Trump to kick out the DACA people, and I think he's going to start to do it, and then the Democrats are going to cave. That's my 2 cents.
All right.
We'll see what happens. So I don't think anything's going to happen in February. Trump's going to start trying to kick people out.
DACA people are not going anywhere.
And then the Democrats are going to cave.
They're not going anywhere.
I hope not.
I'm thinking positive.
I hope not. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Pam in Philadelphia. Pam.
Pam, how you doing?
Hello, good morning, Brad.
How are you?
Okay.
I have a question. I filed a I-71 for the 2-year green card.
The I-751.
Right. And it's going to expire on next month. All my documents will expire on next month. February coming, right?
Okay.
But I don't know how I'm going to be able to work because I don't get any response from them as yet.
Well, when you say everything's going to expire, you filed this a year ago, or your 2-year green card is going to expire in a month? What's expiring in a month?
My 2-year green card, my ID.
Okay. So when did you file the I-751? How long ago?
Last year, March.
1 second then, so you're not answering the question properly. So you filed it last March, so it's not your 2-year green card that's expiring. You got an extension for 1 year.
Right.
And now the extension is going to expire, correct?
No. The extension, they give me an extension, but they did not give it to me. I don't know, like stamp it or how to do that because my
Okay,
card...
so let me say it again. You filed an I-751. You got an extension.
Yes.
Your extension will expire in 1 year. You got a letter from immigration saying you are extended, your green card is extended. That is what's going to expire very shortly. You go and make an InfoPass appointment. You have a green card every day for the rest of your life until immigration makes a decision on your application. So all you need to do is go down to immigration, get a stamp in your passport, and they will give you an extension for an additional year pending the outcome of this case. What frustrates me, Squeeze, and this happens every day on the show, is when people, this is your life here in the United States of America, okay? You have worked really freaking hard to come to America, to get to this point in your life where you are removing the conditions of your permanent residence, you are most likely staying up at night worrying, and you, Pam, I'm sure you're a very smart lady,
Yes.
don't really know what you're doing. And your life is in your hands. You're like, I don't know what to do. If filing a form with immigration is not immigration. Okay, just because you file a form doesn't mean you know what you're doing, and it doesn't mean that you're going to get what you're asking for. Okay, so, and I know this just by the way that you're asking the question, because you don't even know what status you're in right now. So hold on 1 second, and I think you need help. Okay.
She definitely needs help.
Yeah.
And once again, folks, that's the reason why there's the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway in New York City on the 5th floor. Do give them a ring, book an appointment. The number happens to be 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Reach out to them for criminal defense, family law, tax law, and personal injury, and obviously immigration. Let's move to another question here. 1-800-LAWLINK.
Well, we don't seem to have a lot of questions, so let's go to Anna in our social media, maybe.
Nobody listens to me.
What?
See the weather outside?
Yeah, it snows.
Oh, yeah.
So what should we do? Not do a show when it snows?
No, we should.
Okay, maybe it's not snowing in other parts of the country. It's not snowing all over the United States of America.
I know for sure it's not snowing.
Okay, it's not snowing. It's not snowing in other parts of the world. Our show is heard everywhere.
Absolutely.
Squeeze has a theory that when it's bad weather, nobody likes to call into the show.
My theory is when it happens in New York.
Right, nobody likes to call into the show.
Nobody. I mean, people are listening to other shows.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465. Let's find Anna.
Let's go down
to Miami, where it is not snowing. Hello, Anna.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello there.
So I don't have that many questions either.
Okay.
Let's go. Naisha Shaman. Hi, my name is Naisha. My sister filed for me in 2002. I was approved but never received any working papers. What should I do? Please help me.
Your sister filed for you in 2002. You never got any working papers. Where are you? Are you in the United States? Are you in another country? You're obviously eligible for your green card, but you may not be eligible to adjust under 245I unless you had something filed before April 30th, 2001. A lot of times people don't even realize that they had something filed before April 30th, 2001. You wouldn't believe how many times people come in and they say, I can't get my green card, and then we have a discussion, and it turns out that dad got filed for in the 1980s, and the person who was sitting in front of me, I'm just making up a hypothetical, was under 21 at the time. Guess what? That grandfathers you in. So this woman has been sitting around since 2002 waiting to adjust her status. Maybe she can, maybe she can't. Okay, but she's been eligible for a green card through the brother-sister application for at least 3 or 4 years already, if the sister filed for her in 2002. Maybe she's eligible for a provisional waiver. She needs a consultation to figure out how to finish up her case.
All right.
She needs to call you guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Pat Nadine. I have a crime case.
I don't hear you, Anna. You got to speak up a little bit.
I have a crime case. And it was dismissed. My wife filed for me. It's going to affect my application.
Yes. A crime case, you were arrested. Criminal case.
Yeah.
Okay? You were arrested, and every time you're arrested, it affects your application. There is never a time when you are arrested where it does not affect your application. Sometimes it's never, you get arrested, guess what? It's not a positive outcome for immigration. It's a negative outcome. That doesn't mean you're not going to get your green card. It just means that it's not a positive thing to go in and say, hey, I've been arrested. Immigration's like, wonderful, let's give you a green card. They're going to want to look into this arrest. Why were you arrested? Do you have good moral character? Do you have a conviction that bars you from getting a green card? Does that conviction allow you to get a waiver? If it doesn't allow you to get a waiver, are you going to get deported? Every time you are arrested, it is negative to your immigration case. It is not a positive thing. And so the fact that you're asking a question, I have a crime case, I have a criminal case, however you want to phrase it, is that going to affect you? Of course it's going to affect you. The fact that you're even asking this question, you already know it's going to affect you. You need to come and see a good lawyer. By the way, what's very funny is right now, I think because I don't know why, I don't know the vibrations. We had our 100th anniversary, and we still have some confetti up in the ceilings above all our lights, and for some reason they're falling down today. So every so often, as I'm answering the question, I see like one little piece of confetti come down. All right, continue.
Shane Lee. Hi, as a DACA recipient, married to a U.S. citizen, will I be okay if I file for my green card before March?
Yes. Who's filing for you? One of the things
I believe.
Yeah, one of the things
I believe his wife.
His wife, yeah, then you'll be fine. One of the things we want to do is when you ask a question on Facebook, tell us where you're from. Tell us if you're in the United States. If you're in the United States, tell us how you came here, how long you've been here. Give us a little background, a little flavor about you, so that way I can help you better. Okay? So if you ask a question, hey, I'm on DACA, if I file for my green card, am I okay? It's not a lot of flavor there that I can answer. I got to take guesses on what your situation is. The more information you give us, the better information I can give you. Anna?
Janae Facey. Sorry. Good morning. Will it cause a problem if I haven't filed taxes with wife because she has a lot of arrears for IRS? The husband has to remove his condition of his green card soon. Will it affect them not filing taxes together?
The answer is yes. And so basically, they're not filing a joint tax return because the wife is in arrears, probably is what he meant to say, meaning he owes taxes to the IRS. You got to file a joint tax return. Now, when you file a joint tax return, guess what? That makes you jointly responsible for your spouse's debts. But so you don't want to do that because you don't want to be responsible for your spouse's debts. But at the same time, how does immigration decide whether or not it's a real marriage? Are you jointly liable for your debts of the marriage, and are you jointly partaking in the proceeds of the marriage? That's how they determine whether it's a real marriage. You have an economic relationship. So if your wife has a debt, guess what? You have a debt also. Because if you're not being responsible for your wife's debt, immigration's going to say, you're not in a real marriage. You don't have an economic relationship together. Now, one of the things that we do here at Spar and Bernstein, Squeeze, which you are very well aware of, okay, is we have a tax attorney here.
Okay.
Right, Anna? Right. Is that coffee or water?
Right. Coffee.
I'm in the middle of this impassioned speech, and I go.
Yes,
so, you gotta wake up.
I love my. I need to have my coffee every morning.
Are you a late night person?
No, I'm not.
You're
but
not. You still need the coffee.
Last night I went to sleep a little early, and I feel more tired.
Right.
That I got more hours of sleep.
That's what happens. Weird. That's what happens because you have to be on the same schedule every night. I did the same thing. So then I got up and I drank more coffee this morning than usual. So now I'm all hyper, as you can tell.
Yeah, when I get less sleep, I'm more energized than when I get more sleep.
So wait. Let me finish the story. I got off track.
Oh, okay.
I got off track.
Sorry.
Squeeze, you can join us whenever you'd like. So you have to file a joint tax return, okay? Because if you don't file a joint tax return, your I-751 is going to be denied. Now, we have an attorney here, Carmela. She's a tax attorney. So if you can't afford, you're in arrears. You owe the IRS money. You obviously owe the IRS money because you don't got it. Okay? Nobody has, well, maybe there are people who have money and just choose not to pay. But for the most part, don't.
You don't got it?
Don't got it. Don't have it.
You don't have it.
Don't have it. Don't got it. Nobody says I was good in grammar. So most of the time when you owe money, it's because you don't have the money to pay. Okay? It's very rare that somebody is a multimillionaire and they just say, screw it, I'm not going to pay you. Okay? But it happens also, right, Squeeze? Sometimes you get screwed by multimillionaires, right?
Oh, believe me.
We all believe you, you know. But usually it's because you don't have the money. So, if you don't have the money, IRS doesn't care. They're going to come after you anyway. But what Carmela does is she knows some little-known used laws that says that if you can demonstrate to the IRS you don't have the money to pay, then they have to cut your taxes down. So what we do here at Spar and Bernstein is we recognize that a lot of times people have to file joint tax returns. They got to take over the debts of their spouse because of immigration purposes, but at the same time now they owe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to the IRS, maybe more. You go to Carmela. She negotiates it down. I mean, time and time again, we have situations where people owed $100,000, $150,000, and she comes on our show and she goes, "Oh yeah, they paid $20." And it's an absolute free consultation to speak with Carmela. Let's continue, Anna.
Let's continue.
Will a DUI 4 years ago affect you when you apply for citizenship?
Yes. Again, anytime you are arrested It is not positive. Of course it will affect you, especially if it happened 4 years ago. If anything happened in a 5-year period moving up to your citizenship, that's the period of time that immigration is going to look at your moral character, even if you don't have a conviction. You need a lawyer.
Can I-360 application be denied, and in which and why?
An I-360 can be denied because you're not eligible for the approval. And there's 100 different reasons why you file an I-360. Do you know who files I-360,
You're going to give us all 100?
What?
You're going to give us the 100 reasons?
I'll give you at least several off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
If you are a special juvenile immigrant, you're going to file an I-360.
Mm-hmm.
If you are an abused spouse, you're going to file the I-360.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a religious worker,
3.
you're going to file the I-360.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the special immigrants.
3.
There's about
You got
30 or
97
40.
left, man.
I know, but you're asking me to
You
go.
said 100.
Well, it's not 100. I'm being facetious.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
lot.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of ways, a lot of different applications that one has nothing to do with the other, that you're filing the same form. So when you say, can an I-360 be denied? The most prevalent reason why somebody files an I-360 is for an abused spouse. So yeah, you're not an abused spouse. You can't prove it. Or you can't prove you have good moral character. Or you can't show that it was a real marriage. Although it's very unlikely to say that when there's physical abuse, it's really hard for immigration to say you haven't proven it's a real marriage, because who would pay somebody to get beat up?
Yeah, right?
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
Master Don Coco, you have been granted asylum. What document do you need to file for your son?
What document? Your son's birth certificate. He's a following to join. Contact our office.
John A. Bryant. Hi, Brad. My brother is married and his wife is a 10-year-old green card holder. She's about to file for her citizenship. Should she file for him now, or should she file for him after she becomes a citizen? He is living here in the States with her.
How old is he?
She doesn't say.
Okay.
But they've been married for 10 years. No, wait.
The answer
She's
is
a 10-year green card holder.
Without knowing more information, again, tell us how old your son is. Tell us if he's in the United States. How did he come? This is all information that I need to help you.
It's not her son. It's her spouse.
Spouse.
Well, yeah.
But the answer is always, it is very, very rare that I will say somebody, no, it's not, no, don't file, it's better to wait. Okay? Waiting never helped anybody in immigration. So my general rule of thumb is file now, even if you're not a citizen, upgrade after you become a citizen.
Okay.
Kim Edwards. I have a friend who is waiting for a working permit. Can you explain the steps how she can get a state ID? Does she have to keep using her passport when she gets the work permit?
When she gets a work permit, the steps to get a work permit, Squeeze, there's 500 different ways.
She's waiting for her working permit.
Can I get all 500?
Yeah.
She wants to know the steps on how to get a state ID.
When she gets her work permit, she goes and gets a social security number. Okay? With the social security number and the work permit, you can go to motor vehicles in your particular state, get a driver's license or a state identification. Now you've got everything you need to live in America.
Norbert Swaby. My friend is in Miami. He's been here for 2 years, and his wife has been married to someone from the Caribbean before he got his green card. It didn't work out. Is it okay if she files for him?
What happened in the Caribbean?
She's married to someone in the Caribbean. It didn't work out, but she's with somebody else here in the States. And can she file for him?
You're allowed to get married, fall in love, file for that person, fall out of love, get divorced, find a second person to fall in love with, marry them, and file for them. Who says you're not allowed to fall in love twice, Squeeze?
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, Anna. Anna, this is what we're going to do, okay? Because we got a lot to do here, okay? We're going to come back to you at the end of our show, so hang in there. I have 1 or 2 calls here. We got to speak to Mercedes Gallego, who is Gallego. Am I pronouncing it right, Anna? You may want to listen to this. She's an awesome...
Maybe it's Gallego. Maybe it's Gallego.
No, it's Gallego. That's what I'm being told.
Gallego?
Gallego.
Oh, Gallego.
Okay?
Gallego.
And she has a really cool American Dream story. She's a very famous journalist from Spain, and we want to speak to her as well and hear her immigration story and hear her take on what's going on. We have USA Credit, and we're going to come back to you towards the end of our show. Okay?
Okay.
So hang in there.
Good.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Halima from Tampa, Florida has been waiting, Squeeze.
Okay, let's go to her.
Halima.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning.
My cousin came last year, I think it was in March.
Right.
On a visitor's visa, 10-year visitor's visa. And she stayed until she was supposed to leave by the 13th of September.
Right.
During that time, Hurricane Irma came. We bought her ticket to leave on, I think it was before her.
Your cousin came, September. She stayed for 6 months, you bought her a ticket, she didn't leave. That's the question so far.
She did leave.
She did leave. So what's the problem?
She was scheduled to leave the 12th of September was here. And the airline called and said that all flights are closed.
So now she overstayed on her visa. So now she overstayed on her visa.
Yes, she overstayed 3 days.
Okay, so she went back. Her visa's no good because she overstayed, and she has to go to the U.S. Embassy, explain herself, explain that there was an unusual situation. There was a hurricane. She was prepared to leave. She couldn't. And hopefully, she has proof that she was prepared to leave and couldn't. And hopefully she has proof that she still has ties to her home country. She's going to need a new visa because once you overstay, even because of a hurricane, that visa is no good anymore. So she has to go to the U.S. Embassy and explain herself. Okay. So let her go explain herself. And if she still has a problem, then she should call us.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. All right.
All right.
1-800-529-5465. Jill, do we have Mercedes ready? We do. So Squeeze.
Yes.
Mercedes Gallego, and she's going to pronounce her own name for us. Okay. She's an award-winning journalist who was born and raised in Spain.
Right.
She has lived abroad as a foreign correspondent for the last 2 decades. Mercedes currently works in New York for El Correo. She's the bureau chief for the 13 syndicated newspapers in the Vocento Media Group, which is a Spanish-language newspaper. She's also a frequent guest on Channel New York 1 Noticias, where she comments on current affairs. Mercedes is with us today. She's going to discuss her own immigration. Mercedes, where is she? How are you? Hello.
Hello there, Mercedes. How are you?
So now I want you to know, I didn't even explain. I looked at her website. Okay, she was an embedded reporter, okay, in the invasion of Iraq from the United States. She has gone to Kosovo to witness the atrocities of the war in Kosovo. She is a war reporter as a woman and now a green card holder here in the United States, correct?
Well, yes, more or less.
More or less. All right. So why don't you tell us your story? You've been working. I was about to say. Okay, you've been working in America since 1999. What kind of visa did you come here on?
I came with an I visa that is for foreign media. It allows you to work here for a foreign company. I still not perceiving any money from an American company. My income comes from Spain.
Correct. So when you're a foreign reporter, you get an I visa and you work here as long as you're being employed by a foreign company in Spain. So you've been living here since 1999. Here I saw you met Hillary Clinton. You interviewed her. So what made you end up every 5 years you were renewing your I visa? Tell us a little bit about your career and then how you ended up getting your green card.
Well, the I visa is also a multiple entries visa because as a journalist, we come and go very often in and outside of the country. And I have a colleague and a close friend that one time that she was actually coming from vacation from the Eastern Island in Chile, she had a stopover in Miami. And when they stopped her in immigration in Miami, and they started questioning what kind of visa she had and how long she had been living here.
And this was another journalist also on an I visa.
That is correct.
Right.
A journalist from Spain that happens to be also a close friend.
So what happened to her at the airport?
Well, they started questioning her visa, and they said that her visa doesn't allow her to live here, that it only allows her to come for a few days, cover a story, and leave.
Right.
Which is not true. It's most of us, we get the visa for 5 years, and we live here, and we're constantly going to the White House, the State Department. Everybody knows what is our situation. This is the correct visa. But
what you're describing is, unfortunately, and I hear this story all the time as an immigration attorney, okay, is you are beholden to an immigration officer at the airport. You're beholden to, did he have too much coffee, too little coffee? There are no constitutional rights when you come in at the airport until you actually come through the border. The Constitution only starts after they let you in.
Exactly. I remember seeing a sign in the border between Seattle and Vancouver. I mean, and it was, your rights stop here.
Correct.
It was shocking.
Correct.
But you don't have any rights at the airport, and you are completely at the mercy of the immigration officer.
So then I guess when all of this happens and you heard these stories, you decided to get your green card. You went, I assume, you went as an EB-1, somebody of extraordinary ability?
That is right. That's the kind of visa that I mean, the kind of green card that I have received.
So now you have a green card, and you're living here in the United States. What do you think about what's going on right now with all of the Trump and the Republicans wanting to kick out immigrants, wanting to kick out Latinas? You are Hispanic. You are a woman. You have extraordinary ability. What do you think about all of this?
Well, I think, Brad, that you were quite right. It's something we know about Donald Trump is that he's completely unpredictable. He's using the Dreamers as a bargaining chip. And I don't think his intention is to deport all these kids, but many are already on their way out. And it's going to depend on what is coming out. It's very unfortunate to use real people and destroying lives as a bargaining chip for something else you want to do.
Well, I don't know if you watched the beginning of our show, but Squeeze and I had a little debate for about 2 minutes. He said there's no way that Trump is going to kick out all of these dreamers. And I did. That's
why I say you were right on that you can't predict what Trump is going to do.
You can't predict what he's going to do. And I think they're not going to come to, my 2 cents is, what is my 2 cents worth? 2 cents, I guess. My 2 cents is that they're not going to come to an immigration deal. Trump is going to start to kick out dreamers. And then the Democrats are going to be under pressure from their base to pass a bill for dreamers and give Trump exactly what he wants. That's my 2 cents on what's going to eventually happen. So why I always say to everybody out there, take care of your immigration situation now, because we don't know after the deal happens what, you know, people's immigration, what they're going to be able to do, what you're going to be able to file, and what's going to happen to everybody. So
I think that's a very wise advice.
Yeah.
This is what I tell everybody, that things are, I don't think things are going to get better here. It's going to be harder. And you can see every time there is a terrorist attack, depending on what's the situation of the accused terrorist, that kind of visa gets to end.
Correct. It's amazing here in the United States that if it's a foreigner who shoots people, is a terrorist, which obviously he should be called or she should be called, and we have a big problem with immigration. But if it's an American who shoots people, well, you can't control that, unfortunately, and we can't do anything, and guns get in the hands of wrong people. It's amazing what happens in, depending on who the actual shooter is and how they label him, especially the Republicans and Trump or her.
It's a very different treatment. If
Yes.
you don't call terrorists if they're born in the U.S.
Correct. Even though they are. The person who killed more people than anybody was the guy in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
He's a terrorist. He killed 50 people.
And when Trump talks about him, is unfortunately somebody that have a lot of problems.
Yeah. So you've been around the world. Okay, I'm reading here. Mexico, we've seen pictures. Mexico, Afghanistan, Iraq. You've been embedded with the Marines in Iraq. Haiti, Cuba, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras. All of the countries that Trump called S-holes, and then even more. Okay? What do you have to say about traveling around the world? What do you see in terms of the commonality of everybody? Obviously, they're not S-holes.
No, and actually, you know, I think we are all personally focused on becoming happy people. And this is what I see all around the world, that the happier the people is, and the less stressed out they are, the nicer they are. And in many of those shitholes places, they're nicer people. You go to Haiti, and they couldn't be nicer, despite living in the poorest country of the Western Hemisphere. And so I think in the Western countries, we have to control our levels of stress to be happy and to learn from those undeveloped countries.
You know, I read something in your pre-interview that I thought was very interesting, Squeeze, which we don't say enough on our show. And you said this in your pre-interview to Jill, which I read, which is that what everybody is the son or daughter of an immigrant at some point. Even Donald Trump, you mentioned, came from Scottish background. His grandparents or great-grandparents immigrated here. My great-grandparents immigrated here. It takes a lot to immigrate to America, to give up everything that you have in another country, come here with nothing, be treated as a second-class citizen, and then try to make a living. Aren't those people we really want, the hardest working people from around the world who want to give up everything and come here and try to make it?
By definition, they come here to work hard and to pursue a better life. So by definition, this is hardworking people, is the kind of people we should want in our society.
All right, so you're an award-winning journalist. You've been all over the world. You have chosen to live here in America. You've won multiple awards. You got your green card through extraordinary ability. What's your American dream?
My American dream is to have freedom to purchase, to pursue whatever project I want. And I mean, labor freedom. I think when I came to this country, the market was, the job market was so hot that I was constantly having calls asking, well, you know, we need a producer here at CNN. Don't you know anybody? But you don't hear that anymore. There is not that many jobs going around, and people become a slave for their job because they want to keep health insurance, let's say. Right. But not because
that's why everybody loves working for the Brad and Squeeze show. They get health insurance and a paycheck every week. Love it. All right. Mercedes, we got to get going, but before we go,
I got a couple of questions.
Squeeze has a couple of questions.
That nobody let me in. You know, I was just
go in, Squeeze.
I was just, you know,
go Squeeze. Stop
throwing some manners in, you know, and just wait until everybody asks all the questions.
Squeeze.
You know?
Go for it.
See, I like Mercedes. I like hearing the interesting part of your life, because I'm sitting here and I'm reading all of this and I'm saying, you truly, genuinely must have had a very interesting life. What would you say? I've got two questions. What would you say was the toughest thing about getting your green card?
I think the toughest thing when you get a green card on extraordinary abilities, you need to reach out to a lot of people to have them say that you're wonderful and you're extraordinary. And
no, what was the toughest thing for you? What was the toughest thing for you?
Yeah, that's very humbling. That's very humbling to have to go to these people and say, well, do you want to write me a letter saying how wonderful I am?
Okay.
And by the way, everybody has to do that in some respect. So if you're getting sponsored by a family member, it's humbling to go ask somebody for an affidavit of support. Give me your tax return so you can show you can support me. Or you have to go to another friend or family member to do that. Or if you're getting sponsored in a job, you have to ask your employer to sponsor you and fill out forms and give your tax returns, or ask former employers for prior references of experience. So I'm glad that that you brought up that issue, because we don't bring that issue up enough.
True.
How humbling it is to go to other people and ask for their support.
What was your most exciting, interesting journalistic experience?
You know, I choose to keep the experiences where I learn from the people, and as you can see, I've been in many countries, but I was the one that I treasure the most is Haiti, because I think it has the most wonderful.
Say that, yeah.
They're really they have such a strong spirit despite all that they go through, and they can be so sweet that you can't imagine somebody that is going through the toughest things you can ever imagine, apocalyptic earthquakes, piles of dead people around you all over, and they hold no resentment toward life or toward others. And that was such a learning experience for me that I keep it close to my heart.
And very humbling and very touching, I'm quite sure. Well, thank you so much for your humanitarian efforts.
Yes.
Okay, and everything that you have done for everyone just about all over the world. And of course, you know, representing not just being a journalist, but a very strong, proud woman, you know, doing journalism. And we need more women like you in journalism. So thanks for being on the show.
1 second before we go, I have a little something to do, Squeeze.
Sure.
Okay? Because you're a journalist, right, Mercedes?
Correct.
And I get so fed up over Trump with this fake news stuff. Okay? Because, you know, there's a big difference between fake news, which you see sometimes on social media, and then legitimate news people who, for the most part, get things right, but everybody is human. Sometimes people get something wrong. It doesn't mean it's fake and they're, you know, putting out stuff that purposely is not true. But we have a couple of things here that we found on social media, if you want to play along with us here very quickly. Okay? And we're going to play fake news or not fake news. Okay? So first fake news story, because we always find these news stories we like to always start our show with. Okay? I don't even know the answers to this because it's been covered up. I'm going to play as well. Okay? Was Trump booed at the World Economic Forum in Davos for taking a swipe at nasty fake press? Fake news?
Yes, he was.
Fake, he was? Was he?
That's right.
Squeeze?
He was booed.
Squeeze, you got to play.
I don't know. I don't want to say something that is that so.
You don't know.
I don't know.
How would I know? Where's the answers to these, Jill? Oh, it's. I have no. True. Oh, I see. I see. True. It is very true.
Okay.
Okay, Squeeze, you got to play along here. Now I see where the answers are. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did a Saudi prince offer 200 camels to the Trump family to spend a night with Ivanka Trump? Kind of like Robert Redford asking $1 million to sleep with Demi Moore. Is that true or not true? 200 camels to spend the night with Ivanka Trump.
I don't think so.
You do not think so.
Like
that is absolutely false, but it is going around the internet. That is false news. Number three. Did an elderly woman train her cats, 65 of them, to steal from her neighbors and get arrested? True or not true? Old woman trains cats to steal stuff from her neighbors, and she got arrested for theft.
Sounds like.
Is that true or not true?
Sounds like baloney.
Baloney or true, Mercedes? What do you think? I
don't know that one, but it's like a very local story, but I would say baloney.
It is absolutely false, but it is also going around. You can't get arrested because your cat stole something from your neighbor. That's ridiculous. All right. In Georgia, okay, did amateur divers on the off the coast of Georgia find a long-lost nuclear warhead? True or false? That is also going around the internet. I just looked at the answer. Squeeze?
I think it's true.
You think it is true? They say that a tourist from Canada made a surprising discovery while scuba diving. They found a nuclear warhead that was undetonated from the United States Air Force from 50 years ago. And there is the picture that is going around the internet. True or false, Mercedes?
It's probably not a nuclear warhead.
You say false. It is false. That is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely not true. There's no diver that found a nuclear warhead.
Yeah, I know why I know it's false, because I wouldn't know if that was true.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple more left. Okay. How much time we have here? Okay, we got a couple more left, Squeeze. Okay. Did the NFL reject a veterans group ad for the Super Bowl? They denied advertising space to veterans groups that declined to alter the language about standing for the national anthem. That they were protesting the players not standing for the national anthem. Is that true or false? An NFL spokesman, Brian McCarthy, said that the advertisement last week by the third-party publisher of the game said, "Please stand." That was the entire message of the ad. It was just 30 seconds, said, "Please stand, veterans group, for the national anthem." Was that advertisement rejected by the NFL? True or false?
Don't know. I do say false.
Squeeze?
I don't know. I'll go with true.
Squeeze? It is true. They absolutely rejected that ad. What was that? I don't know. All right, last one. We got to go, Mercedes. All right, last one. A 15-ton prehistoric shark was captured off the coast of Pakistan. A giant prehistoric shark, previously thought to be extinct for more than 20 million years, was captured off of the coast of Pakistan. True or false? Do we have a picture of this prehistoric shark?
False.
I would say false.
False. 15 ton.
Let's see if we have the picture.
15 tons. 1 ton is what, 2,000?
That's like
pounds?
a submarine.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, that's an easy one. False. That's false. All right. And there is the picture of the shark. That is absolutely not true.
And that's not 15 ton either.
I don't know. That's what the story said. All right. Mercedes, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on, sharing your American dream.
Thanks
she
a lot,
came here
Mercedes.
on a visa, extraordinary ability from Spain, has traveled the world, an award-winning journalist. Thank you for sharing your American dream with us.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
For helping other people to get it right. That's very important, to have an advice from professionals like you. Free advice.
Thank you.
Being a true humanitarian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Squeeze, quickly, we have about 2 minutes. Do you want to tell everybody about USA Credit, and then we'll get back to Anna for social media?
We don't have enough time, so I think we should just go to Anna. We only had 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, we're going to get off the radio, but let's talk about USA Credit, our partner for at least the 2 minutes that we're on the radio still.
Let's squeeze USA
Let's
Credit.
Squeeze USA Credit in. Squeeze.
Once again, folks, got a reminder, the show is partnered with USA Credit Repair. Just give them a call right now at 1-800-USA-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177. They'll give you a free copy of your credit report, and they'll also tell you what's in your file and what's affecting it positively and negatively. 1-800-872-7177.
That's 1-800-8. You can do better than that, Squeeze.
Not in 2 minutes.
1-800-872-7177, and they will give you a free consultation, and they have their 90-day money-back guarantee. That if you follow their protocol, you don't get your credit up in 90 days, they're going to give you back your money. And that rarely, if ever, happens. Does that ever happen?
As a matter of fact, people have called up and said, hey, although you increased my credit score, I'm just not happy. I wanted more.
But you got the credit score up.
We got the score up.
Right.
And, you know,
they wanted like 500 points, and you got 300 points, whatever it is.
Let's get it back.
So call USA Credit Repair, 1-800-872-7177. They give you a free consultation. They guarantee your credit up in 90 days and money back. 1-800-USA-7177. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Report, our proud partner here at the Brad and Squeeze Show. We hear time and time again. I know Tamika always says, they got my credit up.
We get a lot of people.
We got a lot of people's credit up, and you give them a call at 1-800-872-7177. If you're listening on WVIP, switch over to Brad and Squeeze Facebook. We're going to finish our show live on Facebook, so just switch over. I do have to remind everybody, prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. This has been an attorney advertisement, but we're going to continue our show with Anna and finish up our social media. Let's see if we can find her.
Got to run in 2 seconds, bud.
Anna.
Anna, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Good. I have a few questions
All
now.
right, so let's go do it quickly.
All right. Thea Don Walcott. For a father to adjust his child's status already in the USA, if he is married, but the wife doesn't want to do it, does he have to wait until he get his green card to put his papers in? Can he do the I-130 and send it in for the child before the father receives a green card?
Yes, because the wife is filing separately for the child and him, so you can put in a separate I-130 for the child, even if you haven't gotten your green card yet, and it's going to be by the wife.
Sasha Hall. Hi, my friend is married to a green card holder here in the U.S. They have been married for over a year. The husband filed for I-130 for her and her son, who was 17 at the time, in August. They only got a receipt. However, the husband is very abusive. He's a gambler and also an alcoholic. All three are living together. The police was called twice, and she has a restraining order against him. But
So
she got it lifted.
So he should be out of the house. She should get him out of the house if she has a restraining order, and she should be filing a VAWA application. Why would she put herself in danger like that? She needs to file a VAWA application, get her green card through abuse, and get him out of the home.
She said his green card has been expired now.
That her green card or his green card? Who's
his?
She's the citizen? Who's the person who needs the
No,
green card?
she's married to a green card holder. So I believe she needs the
she can
the
still
green card.
you can still file a VAWA application married to a green card holder. You can be an abused spouse of a green card holder or a U.S. citizen. She should be calling us.
Okay. Charmaine Dennis, is it okay to travel with advanced parole?
Is it? Yes, it is.
Kat, should I
by the
move
way,
up my wedding?
Yeah, by the way, Squeeze is sharing our page right now. So I want everybody to please share our page. Please share it right now with everybody. We're going to be finishing up our social media with Anna. Okay, Anna, let's continue.
Should I move up my wedding because of possible immigration law changes in the next 6 months? We planned on getting married in August. I'm a U.S. citizen. Spouse visa expired.
No, you should get married immediately. Why are you waiting? Do it while you can.
Regina Ahmad. I had a friend. She's married to a U.S. citizen, did the interview for her green card in September. It's January and she has not gotten an answer yet. What should she do?
Call me.
Yuli Faith Walker. I'm filing for a daughter as a green card holder. Can I go ahead and do an application to visit in the meantime? For her to visit me until her paper is completed?
No.
She's alone back home.
No, because they're not going to give it to her. Just do it. Your green. The best way to get her here as quickly as possible is have a good lawyer handling it instead of doing it on yourself and fudging it up.
Genesis Real Info. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm in the United States since I was 17, but I did not get a GED. I'm in my late 30s. Can I get DACA?
No, too late. And by the way, you could have went into a GED program if you were under 31 in 2012, which I don't know if you were or not. But now it's too late to file for DACA. You were asleep at the wheel for the last 5 years.
Visa bound. I'm a U.S. citizen. AOS pending for my wife. Is it a problem if my wife and I file joint tax return in her maiden name, since she doesn't have a green card yet?
You can file
to change her last name.
She can take your last name if you want, or you can put it in her maiden name. It's a modern world. Whatever name she wants to use. Either one is fine.
Shane Lee, my mom has been here for 2 years. My sister, who's a green card holder, will be 21, filing for her soon. How long will it take for her to get her green card?
The mom has a green card?
Yes, and they're filing for that.
It'll take about 2 years.
U.S. Ford, how much would it cost for me to do my citizenship?
It's the filing fee is $725.
Pap Nadine, my wife applied for me and they lost my card and reapplied another working card, and they responded yesterday telling me they received my application. How long is it going to take for my card?
About 4 months. Okay, this is what happens when you do stuff on your own. Things get mailed to wrong addresses. Nobody listens to Squeeze. Nobody listens to Brad. So now you're waiting 8, 9, 10 months for a work permit because you're doing it on your own. Can you imagine if you had a work permit and you hired a lawyer? You'd make all that money back because you'd be getting a better job.
Nisha Shaman, hi. My sister filed for me in 2002. I was approved, but never received any work papers. What should I do, please? And thanks.
Your wife filed for you in 2012 and you never got a work paper, and it's 5 years?
Her sister.
Her sister?
Her sister.
Okay, because the sister takes 15 years. She should be coming to see me to figure out another way to get a green card.
Nadia Lewis. My brother has a 2-year conditional green card. Can he file for his mother in Jamaica?
No, you have to be a citizen.
Pap Naideen. My wife filed for me and lost my working card. I reapplied for another working card. They respond.
The same question you asked before. It's going to take 9 10
Well, the other
months.
one was a sister. I think this is a different scenario.
People keep losing their work permits or getting them mailed to the wrong addresses.
Yep.
Because now it's saying my wife filed for me.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, earlier they said my sister, so
okay.
I don't know. Charmaine Dennis. Good morning. My priority date was October 24, 2017. When do you think I'll get an interview date for filing through marriage?
Which state do you live in? Generally it's 9 months, but depends on the state you're in. See, these are why you that's why you need to give a lot of information. And there it is, Anna, right?
That wraps up the rapid fire.
All right, thank you very much, Anna, down in Miami. We'll see you at 12 o'clock.
Catch up with you then.
Catch up with you then. Squeeze.
I can't tell her to stay warm. She's already warm.
Squeeze, gracias.
Gracias.
All right, we'll see you all at 12 o'clock. Thanks for watching.
Catch up with you all. Let's make it legal. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.